Looking at the astrology for you this month, Libra, there is an exciting new beginning happening in your personal life, specifically around the 11th when we have a new moon in Capricorn, which rules over your 4th house of home, family, and your roots. Some of you may be moving or healing in a very deep and profound way, and this is just really, really exciting because we are also in Capricorn season, so there's a lot of support happening for you kind of in the foundations of your life. I do also see a lot of focus, again, on communication and maybe even getting things done, but I really feel like as we get further and further into this month, there's a lot about you realizing your heart's desires. If you're excited for this month's reading, then definitely be sure to hit like, subscribe, and the bell notification so you can always stay up to date with what's in the cards for you. For those of you who are brand new to this channel, hello and welcome to Serafino Esoterica. My name is Michael and I utilize tarot and tropical astrology to intuit monthly forecasts for your zodiac sign. For those of you who are ready for a deep dive, you can find links in the description of this video for personal readings and distance Reiki sessions. You can book all of that on my website. I am also running a sale through January, so if you missed the holiday sale last month, fret not. You can still get 20% off any astrology chart reading using the code in the stars. This is a great time to see what is happening for you in 2024, as well as what is playing out in your birth chart right now. As I'm shuffling the tarot for you, Libra, I just want to give my friendly reminder that these are general messages, meaning not all of the messages that come forward are going to be meant for you specifically. It's up to your own intuition and discernment to figure out what applies to your own life and how it applies, or if it should just be left behind for somebody else. Some of these energies or roles may be switched, so someone else's energy may actually be your own energy or vice versa. So just keep that in mind. And again, if this video doesn't resonate, nothing went wrong. It just means that it's not meant for you at this time. You are more than welcome to check out the videos for your moon or rising sign, as there may be messages there for you as well. So what are the messages that we have for Libra? Show us clearly, please. We are starting off with the sun coming in as the past energy, also Ace of Swords at the bottom of the deck. There has definitely been a lot of clarity. There are a lot of things that have come into focus for you recently, and sometimes it happens with Mercury retrograde, which is where we were most of December. There could have been a lot of things that you may not have noticed before. There were a lot of revelations. I see the Four of Cups here as well. So again, there may be things that you haven't necessarily seen or acknowledged that really became very apparent to you. So I feel like there was a lot of revelation and maybe even some new energies or new beginnings. This actually feels pretty positive to me with the Sun and the Ace of Swords, because it feels like you have a sense of clarity coming into the month of January. I do actually see the Page of Wands in reverse as well. So for some of you, this could be talking about passion or your direction in life. Maybe some of you realize that you're not actually on the path that you want to be on anymore, or your desires have changed, your passions have changed. So there could be a change of heart for some of you, and you're just sort of realizing, wait a minute, I'm not really feeling this job or this relationship or whatever it is for you. It feels like there's been important revelations that have taken place. But overall, it feels very positive with the sun coming out first here. So happy to see that. We do also have Mercury going direct in the sign of Sagittarius. This is actually happening on January 1st, so New Year's Day. And this really could be signifying some sort of communication, some sort of message, or a sense of clarity that is really coming to you in your conscious mind. So there's just a lot of awareness. And it feels like maybe cutting through any confusion or illusion and seeing the truth of something. And it does feel like it is tied to passion for many of you. What else do we have for Libra? Show us clearly, please. What are the messages for Libra? Also kind of noticing on the first, we do have Venus, your ruling planet, forming a square with Saturn in Pisces. Now, Venus is also in the sign of Sagittarius, which is, again, about your communication, your expression, and kind of your day-to-day life. Saturn in Pisces really represents some sort of changes that you need to make to your day-to-day life, and to your health, to your routines. This actually isn't necessarily bad, particularly on New Year's Day. I feel like you're just being very confronted with what isn't working. And that's sort of actually what I kind of get with the Sun, the Ace of Swords, and the Page of Wands in reverse. Now, I do also have the King of Pentacles here as well, which is very nice to see, as well as the Nine of Cups, which fell on the floor here. The Nine of Cups, it really does indicate achievement, happiness, wish fulfillment. And the King of Pentacles really does talk about stability again. So it feels like you're feeling pretty good in January. You're making steady strides towards the things that you desire. And I feel like there's a lot more stability here. And I mean, I could quite literally look at this as like, you are working towards the things that are going to feel happy and fulfilling to you, and also fulfill your legacy. What is the impact that you want to have on others? What is the message you want to share with other people? Like really getting into that big picture sort of energy. That feels really important as well. We also have Judgment. So again, some really big decisions, a lot of clarity, and maybe finally acting on things in January and really kind of in tandem with this new year energy as well. There could be letting go of things from the past or resolving things from the past. There really is this energy of moving forward, taking what you can integrate and leaving the rest behind. That's very much what Judgment represents to me. What else do we have for Libra? We do also have the Three of Cups as well. So some of you could be connecting with groups of people or friends. This actually makes a lot of sense with the full moon that we have in Leo at the end of this month, because Leo represents friendships. It represents social circles, groups for you. There could be some changes that are happening in your friendships. Sometimes this does indicate things coming to an end, a full moon, but it can also represent a peaking or climax of energy, and it feels like there's something really important happening with you in relationship to others. And this full moon is on the 25th of January, so it could be around that time. Again, end of January, it feels like something major is going on with your friends or with those kind of peer relationships. What else do we have for Libra? We do have the Queen of Cups and the Four of Wands. Again, really making progress and like achieving things that actually feel good to you. As opposed to like maybe what you were taught or conditioned to want for yourself. You're realizing what you really need out of life. What you need in order to be happy. And I really do feel like, again, there's the sense of achievement with the Nine of Cups and the Four of Pentacles. I feel like there's a lot that you can accomplish in the month of January and really even in 2024. It feels like there's just a very powerful forward-moving energy or just like looking ahead. You're looking forward to something. Page of Cups. Maybe this is involving a relationship for some of you, but I really think that this is about you following your heart and really connecting to your heart, connecting to your emotions. Page of Cups and the Two of Swords. Yeah, some of you have been afraid to listen to your heart or really like connect with your emotions. Maybe some of you have needed to take some time to really get a sense of how you actually feel about something. But I think with the Sun at the beginning of this reading, it feels like you are already in a sense of clarity, or you're getting that very early on in January. You're making a decision here to move forward with your intuition, to trust in your intuition, to trust in your calling is actually really how I see this, especially with Judgment. I really get the sense like you need to trust in your calling. What else do we have for Libra? What's going on in relationships for Libra? This can be love or really any relationships. What is going on in relationships for Libra? We do have things in flux with the Two of Pentacles. There could be some change either in your life or another person who is close to you. Sometimes this indicates a move or a change of job. And again, some of you may be moving or thinking about moving around the 11th when we have a new moon in Capricorn. This could also be a really good time to manifest a new house or a new place, to manifest these changes or these shifts. But I feel like in relationship, there's something that's kind of moving. There's something that's kind of being juggled, actually. And maybe there's even a balancing act that is happening between you and another person. Maybe you're kind of juggling between another person's needs and your own, or vice versa. Tell me more about this Two of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles. Honestly, I feel like a lot of you are very focused on working towards something or something very practical. And maybe I don't actually think there's a huge focus on relationships, other than the fact that there's a lot that's happening kind of around the relationship. And maybe it feels like you're kind of juggling different energies here. Kind of working towards something and then also connecting with somebody else. Some of you could be meeting someone or connecting with someone who you work with or is working on something for you or with you. I just feel like there's a lot that is moving, a lot that is working. This is a very practical sort of energy, which honestly isn't super surprising, because I do feel like in January you're really focused on saying what needs to be said and getting things done. Especially at the beginning of this month with Mercury and your ruling planet Venus in the sign of Sagittarius. But I do also feel like there's a lot of focus in your personal life as well. Some of you are building something or changing something. Maybe you're even renovating something with somebody else. That's an interesting way of looking at that. But you could be building something together with somebody. And maybe there's kind of this moving into the next phase of relationship, but it feels like there's something that is a work in progress when it comes to your relationships in the month of January. Any other messages here? Wow, Three of Pentacles. So Two of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles. A lot of collaboration, a lot of working together. Honestly, I feel like the most important relationships in your life this month, I'm sorry, Libra. I don't know why I wanted to call you Capricorn. I feel like the most important relationships in your life could actually be working relationships or people you are collaborating with. There's something very collaborative with the Three of Pentacles, and I was kind of getting that even with the other two cards, just talking about relationships. There is this element of collaboration, working together, building something, and something that is shifting. But I feel like you're working on something with other people or another person. And maybe you're building or gathering resources as well. But that just feels very interesting. What else do we have for relationships? Anything else for relationships for Libra? Wow, we do have the Two of Cups. So yeah, there could be a serious commitment that is being made, or a heart-to-heart conversation. The Two of Cups often indicates a new relationship or a new commitment. This doesn't have to be romantic, and honestly, for some of you, it really could just be talking about a partnership. And again, that could be with a group or with a specific person, but it feels like, again, there is some sort of collaborative thing, maybe even a contract, but something that feels very aligned, because the cups do represent the water element. It represents emotion. So there is something that feels very aligned. Maybe you are entering into a relationship or taking a relationship to the next level, but it's very practical and very gradual. I will say that. I don't think things are happening very quickly. It feels very steady, or at least that's the advice for you in relationships this month. And really looking to your future feels super important. I think that's everything for relationships. I'm curious what blessings we have for you in the month of January. What are the blessings? Interesting. Do have the Three of Swords, which as a blessing feels like you are getting over a broken heart or some sort of painful situation moving forward. The one thing that's positive with the Three of Swords, even though this looks like a very painful energy, we see the storm clouds in the background, and it's just kind of this reminder that everything is temporary, including our pain, including our suffering. And so that is something that is shifting. You might be coming out of a painful period or a heartbreak, and there's some sort of heart healing that is going on as well. And that might even be the Two of Cups. Some of you are healing your heart through work. Maybe you're getting over a breakup by just focusing a lot on your day-to-day life, your grind, your dreams, your goals. That could be something that's really important too. But I feel like there's something about you healing your heart and getting out of a painful chapter. What are the other blessings that we have for Libra? Interesting. Five of Wands in reverse. It really does feel like resolving conflict is something that's important as well. I feel like there's a lot of resolution actually happening this month for you, particularly with Mercury going direct right at the beginning on the 1st. It really is kind of getting on the same page with other people, reconnecting with people, and like kind of catching up to all the chaos that ensued in December. You're now able to kind of sort through things in order to move forward. What are the other blessings for Libra? Show us clearly, please. Show us clearly. Interesting. We do have the Seven of Swords with the Hierophant. Someone's sneaky behavior could be exposed. This feels like someone who has some sort of authority over you with the Hierophant. This could be a boss or some sort of leader of some kind. It feels like there is something that is being exposed and something that is allowing healing to take place. That actually feels really important. Healing is happening that needs to happen. And the Hierophant really does signify a sense of spirituality, a sense of tradition, really connecting with the things that matter most to you, and really connecting with your soul. I feel like there's a lot happening for you spiritually this month, kind of beneath the surface. Tell me more about this Hierophant. The Ace of Pentacles. I feel like you are finally able to grow where someone has held you back, or something has held you back, whether that was a belief system or a literal person who had power over you. There is some sort of growth. And again, I really do feel like it's important for you to focus on stability. It feels like financially this could actually be a really good period for you, Libra. There's some sort of growth or new beginning or new commitments. It feels like, it's almost like sometimes when you move forward in your life, that's when the resolution happens. It's like, you know what? I had a really shitty situation at work or in this relationship, and I just kind of have to cut my losses and move forward. And as you do that, that's when things get resolved. That's when things are revealed. And that's kind of what I'm getting for you, Libra. As you are moving forward, you are able to get resolution from things that happened in the past. But that only happens by you just really focusing on what you can do in your day-to-day life and how you can move forward. So it's kind of like an empowering sort of message. Like, focus on what you can fix, on what you can improve, and also collaborating with other people feels really important in that as well. And I feel like as you do that, it's offering up these opportunities to heal. Things are being revealed that allow you to heal. And I think that's it for the tarot. I do want to pull an animal card for you from the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck, and I really think of these as energies for you to embody. Right away, we have the spider flying out, and this actually makes a lot of sense, because spider really does talk about weaving that web, being lost in the work that you are doing, or in the process, being totally subsumed or immersed. In positive psychology, we actually have the term flow state, which is just what happens when you are enjoying something that you are doing so much that you kind of lose track of time and the world around you. And that's really what the spider does. The spider just weaves this web. It does what comes naturally to it, and abundance follows. And I feel like that's something that's really important for you this month, Libra. And I feel like it's just kind of a theme for 2024. It's like building the web and letting things come to you. there's also a lot of like letting go of traditional thinking in order to embrace new beginnings, new possibilities. That feels like a very collective theme in 2024. But yeah, I really feel this quite strongly. Weaving something, you are creating something, and that is going to attract the things that you want. You don't even need to go directly after them. It's just kind of focusing on what you can do in the day to day. So that's really, really kind of affirming all the other messages I got for you so far. Is there another animal message for Libra? Anything else? Interesting. We do have the rabbit. Some of you have been stuck in a fear or paralysis sort of energy, and it's important that you kind of slow down and listen. Listen to your own thoughts. Listen to what other people are saying. Maybe part of the miscommunication that's happening too is that you weren't hearing other people. That could be the other way around. Or people weren't really hearing you. There's a lot about listening with the rabbit. And sometimes when I see this energy, I think of it as like worst case scenario thinking. Because the rabbit is a prey animal. It often freezes with fear. It's looking out for threats. That might be an energy that you have been embodying. And oftentimes when I see the rabbit as an energy to embody, it's important that you're giving yourself time to calm down or to ground your nervous system. Really becoming present. Really listening. And not letting your mind jump to the worst case scenario. And I also think of spider and rabbit as both very connected to home as well, because rabbits have their den, spider has the web. There's something about building a home or like finding stability in home and comfort there. That feels really important too, just kind of looking at January overall for you. But yeah, I would really tell you and encourage you to listen and maybe even to meditate, take a day of silence to really reflect with the rabbit if you're feeling like your mind is just kind of all over the place. And those are all the messages I have for you, Libra. I do hope that this was helpful. Definitely be sure to hit like and subscribe, especially if you made it to the end here. That's amazing. Thank you so much for supporting this channel. It helps me to continue putting out these readings for all of you. Again, I do have links in the description of this video. And if you'd like a chart reading, an astrology reading, you can get 20% off using the code in the stars on my website through the month of January. And it's just a really good time to do that. It's a really good way to see what is happening for you in 2024 and to kind of get a sense of when things could be happening or when the best time to act on things could be. So really great time to do astrology stuff as well. And I will see you all in the next video. Take care, Libra, and have a happy and blessed January.